Hey everyone, it's Joe Leach here. Welcome to lesson 2 of week 1, embracing responsibility and taking action. And if it sounds important, that's because it is so important that I wanted to make it one of the first lessons that you watch. So what we're going to cover today: fault versus responsibility, your loser pants, and the art of taking action. So I want to start with a story of, I'm not sure where I heard it, but it goes something like this. There's a wise old lady and a young child, and the child asks the lady, "What does responsibility mean?" She's heard the word. "What does responsibility mean?" The old lady responds, "Well, that's an easy one. Responsibility is the ability to respond." So responsibility equals the ability to respond. So accepting and taking responsibility for your situation is actually the only way that you empower yourself with the ability to change it, to respond and change it. You can only do that by taking responsibility. And that's why I said in the first lesson that you are responsible for where you are now and where you want to be. If you are not, then nothing will change for you. So you have to take the responsibility. You and only you are responsible for your outcomes, nobody else. If you don't take responsibility, nothing will change for you. Now, taking responsibility does not mean taking the blame. Taking responsibility is not an admission of guilt. Taking responsibility does not mean you're at fault. This is where a lot of people put up their defense mechanisms and think that taking responsibility means that they're saying that they're at fault for their situation. No, it's nothing to do with that. Taking responsibility does not mean that life is fair, okay? We all have it very tough at certain points, but some have it a lot more so than others. But, what is the alternative other than taking responsibility? Even if you are one of the people who had it super tough, things just really didn't go your way. Can we complain about it? Resentment? Just being sad about it all the time? There is no alternative there. You still need to take responsibility to get out of that situation, to improve that situation for yourself. And that brings me to what I call your loser pants. Okay, so as long as you point the finger at whose fault it is for your situation, you'll be trapped in what's actually called the victim mindset. And nothing can change if you're in victim mindset. If you think about any kind of hardship in your life, I mean, by default, we go into victim mindset, but until you come out of that, things don't improve. Nothing actually changes for you. Now, a more fun way to think about victim mindset, because I think it's quite a dire term, I like to call it that you're wearing your loser pants. So as long as you're wearing your loser pants, you'll be stuck in suffering, okay? You're going to be stuck in blaming other people, stuck in shifting the responsibility to anywhere but yourself. You have to take off your loser pants if you want to change anything. And in this instance, if you want to lose the weight that you have set your goal for and you want to improve your health, you have to take off the loser pants. You got to take responsibility. Responsibility is empowering. It's a good thing. Remember, taking responsibility is not an admission of guilt. You aren't at fault. Taking responsibility is a recognition of the power you seize when you stop blaming other people. Now, that brings me to the next part of this lesson, the art of taking action, okay? Taking responsibility empowers you with the ability and resilience to take action and to continue taking action even when times are tough. This is why I've started with responsibility, okay? You need to take your responsibility, because when you do that and when you truly believe it yourself, that's when you're going to have the internal motivation to take action and to keep doing that action until you get to your goal. In previous times, if you tried something and you didn't stick with it, could very well be that your mindset wasn't in the right place. Perhaps you were still stuck with your loser pants on. you're not in a winning mindset. You're shifting the blame somewhere else, so it lets you off easy. You take responsibility, you empower yourself with the ability and resilience to take action. So we can actually reverse engineer action and how that impacts results. Okay, and it starts first at mindset. So mindset is your thoughts, and if we're referring to what I was just talking about, it's about taking responsibility for what happens next in your life. When you change your mindset, you change your feelings. And when you have different feelings, you're going to perform different actions. And when you perform different actions, you get different results. So if you want to get different results than what you've got in the past, the failed results, if you want to get different results than those, you actually want to be successful with this, it tracks all the way back to your mindset. That's why we're starting with this. And this is a quote that I've come across, and I think it sums this up quite nicely, albeit slightly different, but it's really good food for thought. Keep your thoughts positive because your thoughts become your words. Keep your words positive because your words become your behavior. Keep your behavior positive because your behavior becomes your habits. Keep your habits positive because your habits become your values. And keep your values positive because your values become your destiny. Okay, with all of that in mind, it's time to take action, and we're going to do that in the next lesson. So I'll see you there.